And looks like we're live. Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon from Los Angeles. It's hot as hell again today. I think it's technically a little bit cooler. Because yesterday was 106, today it's 102 or something like that. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna allow YouTube give them some time to send out notifications because sometimes they lag on that. Wait for when to pile in before I start the conversation. But hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a good day, and hopefully you're in good spirits because I am for sure. I mean, I'm in good spirits, most of the time. We all have our ups and downs. Life's a roller coaster, but yeah, you gotta try to stay as positive as you can. Hopefully, it's not at a terrible time. Right now, it's 12:10 on the West Coast, and then 3:10 on the East Coast. So yeah, we should be able to get a decent turnout. But either way, I came on here to share my some of my experiences that I had as growing up as an overweight kid. Um, I've always been a private person more or less. I've opened up over the years, but at the same time, I try to make myself a little bit more vulnerable online so that way, people who may be experiencing something similar, something or some of the similar experiences that I am, they can kind of relate and maybe they can benefit from it. So that's my goal with videos like this and content like this. Let me check YouTube. Let me make sure that it's live on YouTube because I'm actually using StreamYard. Oh, by the way, fantastic conversation with Kim's Side Money Plans yesterday. If you haven't watched it, definitely catch the replay. Okay, yeah, we are live on YouTube. Nice. Just wanted to make sure because sometimes either there's delay or sometimes YouTube doesn't go live at all. I think we had that problem a few days ago where I was live on StreamYard, but I wasn't live on YouTube, and it took a little bit of time. Also, don't forget to hydrate, especially when it's hot. Your body needs a lot of water for everything to function. Not medical advice. It seems like you need a disclaimer for everything nowadays. All right, nice. We got one person in the stream. Okay, cool. Now I know YouTube's working for sure. All right. I'll say what's up to everyone as they pile in the chat. But I want to get the conversation started because I want to keep the stream to an hour. Because sometimes it seems like whenever stream's longer than an hour, if it's an hour and a half or 2 hours, people don't really watch it. But seems like an hour is a sweet spot. Between having enough time to have a conversation, to explain everything, but also not too long that people don't want to watch it because it's too long. But yeah, so and what inspired this conversation for me today was I'm working on a book right now that's actually being edited for the rough draft by my editor. So some of the things that I talked about, especially in the first chapter, is how I grew up as an overweight kid, and you know when I was a kid, my parents, they would and so some of my relatives too, they would tell me, oh hey, you need to eat, you're a growing boy, you need nutrition. And partially they were correct, but also at the same time I was growing all right because I was gaining weight. I think I don't know, I don't know where it came from. I had a huge appetite for just really fatty food, and I guess that's probably part of being a kid. There's a lot of chemicals in there that make you crave their food and enjoy it and want to go back for more. But for me, um, yeah, I just loved it. I didn't know what the consequences of eating too much unhealthy food were. And before I knew it, I was overweight, and it was really difficult because in grade school, especially um when I was in elementary school or middle school, well, more so elementary school, it was really hard to make friends, and I never understood why a lot of people didn't want to hang out with me. I don't know if it was my personality or if they just saw me as an overweight kid and they didn't want to hang out. I'm not sure. I had a couple of friends, but I was definitely not one of the popular kids for sure. And that bugged me back then. It doesn't bug me now, obviously, because I've kind of come into my own and understand social dynamics and stuff like that. But back then it was really hard. It really took a toll on me as a kid because when you're a kid, all you can think about, is making friends and having good lunch and all that stuff. Having a good conversation. Well, just well, you just have a lunchable, right? That's the biggest worry when you're a kid, and just the fact that I had trouble getting social fitting in and social acceptance. Um, it's strange because now whenever I try to network or when I try to create friendships, and obviously you're not going to get along with everyone, right? You're not going to be a good fit for them. Sometimes they're not going to be a good fit for you. But for some reason now, whenever I experience some turbulence trying to when I'm trying to create relationships. I remember myself on the playground, just trying to make friends, and whenever things don't work out socially, sometimes I don't really think about it, but I do remember the times that I felt how difficult it was to make friends and having trouble fitting in. And again, I'm being vulnerable with you guys, and hopefully this can help some of you guys out because it's difficult for me just to open up and talk about this because it's tough, especially whenever what's going on, Giglebowski in the house, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by, appreciate it, hope you enjoy the stream. um But yeah, it's just tough because it took a toll on me, as a kid, and now, I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy on and off for about last 3 or 4 years, and it's been a game changer for me. I highly recommend it. I do talk therapy, so basically you talk things out with the therapist, and they give you coping mechanisms, and how to approach certain situations. So but yeah, it's definitely growing up as an over kid has definitely hit my confidence as an adult. When I was in high school, it's really tough for me to land a date with some of the girls that I was attracted to. So it could definitely take a toll on your confidence for sure, and it just seems like it's a domino effect. One thing happens and it just kind of keeps spiraling down. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Um, but yeah, it's the reason for a therapy is not because I need help in the sense that I don't believe in myself or I don't have confidence. It's just more about understanding some of the things that I went through as a kid and how I can change my perspective as an adult or better understand it, right? And one of the things I learned is that kids or even adults. My therapist said that I don't know who he heard it from, but I think it was one of his instructors. He said that one of his instructors, back when he was in college, said that kids are just grown up adults or something like, or as adults, we're just kids, but grown up version. So we don't really grow, or we don't really pull away from ourselves as a kid. We're still kids by all means, but we're now we have adult responsibilities. We're working, to feed ourselves. We're trying to support ourselves. So but mentally, a lot of our thoughts as a kid are still there, and I found that to be very interesting because I think it's so true, especially with the example that I mentioned to you guys. About how whenever I try to network professionally or try to make friendships, and when things don't work out, I remember my thoughts as a kid. I thought that was pretty interesting. um but yeah, some kids grow up overweight, some kids grow up, in different situations, and I feel like everyone has their own struggle. I think everyone's just fighting their own battle, fighting their own demons. Whether it has to do with weight or not. Some people come from broken homes. Some people have, either a single parent or no parents. I think we're all trying to, understand our childhood while, learning how to be an adult. And But yeah, I mean, once I got to high school was really difficult. I had trouble kind of like, finding myself and while trying to find a circle of friends. It became a lot easier in my senior year of high school. I don't know if I was just happy that was my senior year of high school. I was kind of getting into the groove of things. I had a lot of friends. Life was good in my senior year of high school, but freshman, sophomore, junior were pretty difficult. I was having trouble, kind of finding my way through there. And then once I did graduate from high school, I took a few years off, and then I went to college after that. Once I, started going to college, I was no longer in my shell, so to speak. I wasn't as timid. I was a lot more comfortable. I was striking up conversation with classmates, sometimes with the instructor after class. So it definitely got easier. And then, as I finished community college, transferred to San Diego State. You know, I don't want to say I was a totally different person, but it seemed like it, because I was just comfortable with who I was. I understood what I brought to the table. I knew what I was good at. I knew what I wasn't good at, and people wanted to accept that. Then, great. If not, then no worries. And as I've gotten older since then, in the last few years especially, um, I've written this book right here. It's called The Five Foundations of Contentment. And basically, I feel like this is my purpose here on this planet because after graduating from college, I think I was 27 at the time. I graduated from college. I landed a job with a Fortune 500 company, and things didn't really work out. I was buried in debt. I did some soul searching, a lot of which I talk about in this book. Um, I did some soul searching, and I realized that you really need to focus on five aspects of your life, which are your physical health, your mental health, your financial health, relational, and spiritual health. And once I did that, then my confidence as a human being and as an adult just kind of skyrocketed because because I think a part of my so my struggles were with the fact that why am I here? Why am I on this planet? Why am I on here on Earth? And once I feel like I found my purpose, then things really changed for me, and it also helped my confidence. You know, I know why I'm here, and I'm gonna embrace it. So that also had a lot to do with it. And the physical health chapter came from me being overweight, and for me, I'm a type A personality. I've always been a go-getter, so it's very natural for me to kind of put my health in the back seat, kind of take it for granted. But now that I'm getting back in shape, and just trying to be healthier, essentially. It's been helping out a lot. Let me take a quick water break. It seems like we don't have a lot of people in the stream here. No worries. I know a lot of you watch the replay, so it's all good. That's why I like doing these live streams because there's really no editing, and people get to watch it live as soon as the stream ends. So that's really cool. By the way, if you guys have any questions for me, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll answer them for sure. As we go throughout the stream. Um, But yeah, a lot of the ideas that I'm talking about today are going to be in my new book, in my upcoming book, which I don't have a which I don't have a set deadline on. I like to publish it as sooner rather than later, but I also wanted to make sure that it represents all of my thoughts and a lot of my experiences, very accurately. I don't want to just rush and put something out there. So it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. Look, I'm definitely looking forward to finishing it and having you guys read it. And I can't wait to get your feedback. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think the second chapter is about. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if I want to give you guys that information because I want to. I don't want to spoil it. But I will give you some ideas that I talked about in the book. In no specific order. One of the things that I also wrote about in the book is how I, tried a lot of fad diets, because they're working for me in the beginning, and but the thing I realized that the quicker you lose weight, the faster you regain it. So, like for example, I didn't try to juice diet, but if you do juice diet, which it can be beneficial in the short term, but I don't think it's meant to be a long term solution for weight loss or anything like that. But one of the diets that really work for me, and again, it's not medical advice. Talk to your doctor. I'm just sharing my personal experiences here in the stream. One of the things that work for me is that I have very slow metabolism, and I think that's the reason why I've gained, or one of the reasons why I've gained weight, and have had trouble losing the weight. um I ate five small portions before I moved to San Diego in 2013, 2014. I ate five small portions in the morning. I had egg whites, and I forgot what else. It might have been oatmeal, and then later on, a couple hours later, I had a little bit of yogurt, and then after that, I had, I believe it was turkey pasta or ground turkey with wheat pasta, and then after that, I forgot what I had after that. Maybe a banana, and then for dinner, I had like a turkey burger with like a very thin bun, and then a side salad, and that's pretty much all I ate for I don't know, like 5, 6 months, and I worked out really hard. I don't like running, but in the morning, I woke up every morning as around 6 a.m. and jogged a mile or two each way. So I was jogging about a few miles a day. On the way up, there was an incline, so that helped me burn more calories, and on the way down was a decline. You know, so I enjoy doing that. But honestly, I don't like jogging. Whenever I run or whenever I do any form of running, it's probably because I'm playing basketball or some type of sport. Because for me, running is boring. Even walking, I enjoy walking more because I can do stuff. I can listen to a podcast. I mean, I know I could do it running too, but maybe I need to try it. Maybe I need to listen to a good podcast while running. But yeah, walking, I just feel like it's at a better pace. But with running, and for me, I have short legs, so I it's just not a good deal for me for me to run. So I'd rather play basketball, tennis, or some type of sport when I'm mentally engaged and stimulated. So yeah, I'd rather be doing that. Let me see if YouTube sent out a notification because I don't think I got one. Yeah, I don't see it. That's the thing with YouTube. You never know if the notifications are gonna go out or not, and if they do, sometimes they're delayed. I get the comments all the time. But yeah, going back to when I was a kid, it's hard because some people they try to help you or they think that they're helping you, um, by telling you you need to lose weight and stuff like that. Again, as a kid, you just don't know. You feel fine, and you don't really understand how you look in the mirror. Um, so it's difficult to understand why so many people are telling you to lose weight. I mean, that some of the things that you're eating aren't healthy, but at the same time, it's like you don't really realize that what you're not in the same or you don't have the same understanding as you do when you're adult. So so when you're a kid, you just assume that people don't really want to hang with you because maybe they don't like your personality or they just don't like you, and that can definitely take a toll on you mentally, and it could be really draining for sure. And while I'm writing this book now, I've been writing it for I want to say a month now, maybe a month and a half. Um, it's a very therapeutic. It's been a very therapeutic process, but also at the same time, um, it's been more difficult than I thought because I thought I was just gonna write all the stuff that I'm talking about now. Like in elementary school, this is what happened. In middle school, this is what happened. High school, college, boom, this is what happened. And here's how I solved it, right? And but it's been really difficult because basically I had to get into the same or similar mindset or thought process that I had when I was a kid, and it's just been very emotional because when I try to imagine my thought or imagine myself or trying to go back to myself, that age where I was struggling with my weight and how people viewed me or my perception of how people viewed me. Um, yeah, that version of me has a lot of pain. That is one hurt kid, and this is something I talked to my therapist about. Hey, no worries, Kevin. Thanks, stuff. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely watch the replay. Once I end the stream, the replay will be available. So no worries. If you have any questions later on while you're watching the replay, just leave them in the comment section and then I'll answer them. But I appreciate you stopping by, Kevin. Thank you. Um, what was I? Um, oh, yeah, that version of me that version of me when I was in I think elementary school is probably toughest. Because you're just trying to you're trying to figure everything out, right? You're trying to figure out how to um why you're in school, why while you're surrounded by all these kids and trying to figure out um, why they don't want to hang out with you at recess. Um, I think things got a little bit better once I started playing basketball. Because I've been playing basketball since I was a kid, since I was 6 or 7. I saw a lot of people playing basketball during recess, and it's funny because they didn't know, or if the people were playing didn't know me, they'll pick me last because they saw this chubby little kid playing, trying to play basketball with them, trying to run a game. But once they saw me play afterwards, the next game they picked me first because they realized I was really good on defense. I was quick on my feet, and I could also shoot. So a lot of kids wanted me on a team, and I guess that was my first taste of how shallow the world can be, right? Or the whole philosophy behind never judge a book by its cover. So that was my introduction to it. And Marion here. Hey John, I hope all is well. I've struggled with weight, but I reached my highest weight. I had to lose weight sometime today. Back to my cholesterol. So you know what? You know what? Is it? I think it's Marlin. No, I think it's Marion. Sorry, because it looks different in the your name for some reason looks different in the chat compared to how StreamYard showing it. But I think it's Marion. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm glad you lost weight. If you don't mind sharing, how much weight did you lose? And I hope that if it was enough to get you away from being diabetic and having high cholesterol. And I'm glad you brought that up because it reminds me of my own family. Right, I'm a mom's side. Diabetes is I think the word is hereditary, and then also on my father's side, heart attacks, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, those are hereditary, so I have to be really careful. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to lose weight quickly. Now I lost 65 pounds in 4 years. My blood test getting sugar levels went down to awesome. That's awesome. I'm really happy for you and proud of you. I know how difficult losing weight can be, especially sometimes it's as difficult as losing weight is or it can be. Um, regaining with or maintaining your weight and trying not to regain the weight can seem like even a bigger challenge because I lost 50 pounds twice. I lost 50 pounds whenever, or right before I moved to San Diego to attend San Diego State, and then I lost 50 pounds a little bit before the lockdown started with the pandemic, and I've regained the weight, and what the reasons for that is because I realized that whatever I was doing wasn't sustainable. Um, yeah, I mean, it was helping me get results, but also at the same time, I wasn't enjoying it. I was just doing something temporary to kind of get to that goal and hope that I keep the weight off, and I wasn't able to, especially when life got stressful as a kid. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Stress eating is it's a form of addiction. You're using a substance to essentially not numb your pain, but kind of comfort you, and it's just a band-aid. You feel better at the moment, but it doesn't solve any of your problems. So I think that's one of the other reasons, or one of the other causes of me gaining weight. I'm not as bad anymore. I've improved as time went on, but as a kid, or even in high school and in college as well, I was really big on stress eating. I think the actual term for it is emotional eating, but I call it stress eating because I do it when I'm stressed out. Right? I'm not a huge emotional person. Um, but yeah, when I get really stressed out, that's when the cravings start. That's kind of where my mind triggers to. I've gotten better at it because now I use exercise to kind of de-stress and as an outlet. I use writing. Um, Writing has always been a big part of my life, so I use that as an outlet. Maybe write a journal, or maybe write. It doesn't have to be long. It could be something short, just to get my thoughts out instead of running to a fast food chain and grabbing a quick fix. And then the thing is, it's not even a fix. Hey, we got the Driven Dad in the house. What's going on, Tony? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hope your day is going well. Hope you're doing well on the gig apps. I'm gonna work later today. Yes, I was that too. Now I'm interested in do cardio too. That's awesome. Sounds like you have a really good system down. If you don't mind sharing, how often do you work out? For me, I work out. I want to say 5 6 days a week. For me, I try to listen to my body as much as I can. I try to push it, but at the same time, I don't want to push too hard because I try to give myself, days off here and there. But if my body feels fine, I don't want to take a day out just for the sake of it because I notice that when I do that, then my body gets lazy and it gets tough. Back to to back on the saddle, so to speak. Oh, by the way, I can't believe I almost forgot. I'm going to be having a really good conversation in a live stream tomorrow with my friend Naeem. He he's one of my favorite people to talk to about fitness because every time I talk to him, I learn something new. He's really big on research and developments and studies. So that's gonna be a really good stream tomorrow. He's a really good guy, one of my good friends, or someone I consider a good friend. We're gonna talk about gym etiquette, workout supplements, and fitness influencers. And then we're also gonna be talking about the marketing side of weight loss. Because I feel like there's a lot of marketing schemes out there that try to make it seem like being overweight is socially acceptable when it's really not. I mean, it might be socially acceptable now, but if you're overweight, then you have to lose weight for health reasons. Because what's the point of living life if you're not healthy? If you're I want to say last year I was pre-diabetic, and that was a pretty big scare for me because I took off I took the my focus off my diet a little bit, and I was stress eating. I was eating things that I shouldn't have been eating, and I did a blood test. I try to get a blood test every 6 months. I know they tell you get it in a year, but I like doing it every 6 months just to keep myself accountable. And if there's anything that I need to work on, I can spot. Kevin says, "I hear you with stress, John. I react similar as far as eating. Yeah, man, it's tough, especially with all this processed food nowadays. I think it's worse with DoorDash. I know Kevin and I and some of you in the chat. We all do food delivery or Instacart or some type of delivery. But especially with food delivery now, back then before these food delivery apps, it was a lot easier because you could just once you got home, if you didn't go out, then you wouldn't eat. But now it's like if you're home and you get bored, it's just easy. It's just a couple taps, and then you have junk food right in front of you, so it's really difficult. My problem was those soda. I cut those out on 20 pounds quickly. Blood sugar. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, soda can be dangerous, especially with what's being marketed as diet soda, which which me in my personal opinion, I think it's worse for you than the regular soda. But again, I'm not a medical health professional or scientist, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Hey, what's going on, Jerry? Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Appreciate you stopping by. Tony says, or the Driven Dad says, the marketing that says that obesity is healthy, is that what you are talking about? I agree, it's propaganda. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it's propaganda. I think that people who are in my situation where, because I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, the world treats you different when you're in shape compared to when you're overweight. I've been on both sides of the fence. Like I said before lockdowns, I was in shape. I lost about 50 pounds. I had a lot of muscle. I was working out almost every day, lifting weights. I was working out with a trainer, and we were going at it pretty hard, and people were treating me differently. People were a lot nicer to me. Women were checking me out at the gym. That I was getting attention that I've never gotten before. So we live in a world where people who are in shape get better attention, more respect from people than people who are overweight. And I'm talking about, I'm talking from firsthand experience. So I don't think it's propaganda, but people, who are in my situation, who are hurt or who have, trouble, making connections and dating and all that stuff, they want to be just as respected and, just as, you know, they want to be just respected and, they want to receive the same attention as people who are in shape. And I don't blame them because, it's tough whenever, it's tough mentally whenever, you're not, you kind of feel like an outsider when you're overweight. So, but I do think that a lot of companies are taking advantage of that. As much as I love shopping at Target, I think they have really good business model in terms of the products that they sell and the drive up and all the stuff that the services they offer. But I think I don't like the fact that they try to take advantage of people's insecurities by I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like them, Target, and a lot of other companies are making it socially acceptable to be overweight because it's just not healthy. There's science behind it. There's science behind how when you're overweight, you're at higher risk of having heart disease or any type of disease. It includes cancer, heart attacks, a whole bunch of stuff. and it could be. Then it doesn't have to be. It's not strictly related to being overweight. It could also be when you're underweight. I know people who are anorexic, or they have trouble putting on weight, and they have their own struggles. So it does not necessarily pick on people who are overweight. I'm overweight myself, so I'm not the one to judge. I'm not the one to criticize. So please don't take it as criticism. Jerry says I have a bad soda addiction. You know what? To be honest, that reminds me of my addiction with energy drinks. I've got so much better at it, but with my type A go getter personality, I love caffeine, especially with the some of the energy drinks, the way they taste. I really drink them now, but I hear you on the addiction. I mean, energy drinks are essentially soda with caffeine. So, have you, Jerry? Have you been able to kind of not go cold turkey, but have you been able to wean it off a little bit and drink a little bit less? Maybe you find a healthier substitute. Tony says, "Yeah, I get that part of it, but to say being unhealthy physically is healthy, that's a lie. Mental health is a separate story." Yeah, exactly. When you're overweight, you're just not healthy. You know, and it's kind of hard because when you do a blood test, you could be overweight. When you do a blood test, and everything comes back fine. You're not pre-diabetic. You have high cholesterol. So you think that it's always going to be like that for the rest of your life. But as you get older, your body slows down. Um, so you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta lose the weight. Simple as that. I know it's really difficult because I've been there. I've lost 50 pounds twice, and I'm trying to do it for a third time now, and then some. I'm trying to actually lose 130 pounds. I don't know if I'll be able to lose it all because of my body structure. I know I have a pretty big frame. I have big muscles. I've broad shoulders and all that stuff. So I'm gonna see how much I can lose. I'm gonna be lifting weights at the same time, so I'm definitely gonna be putting on mass. So let's see how much of the 130 pounds I can lose. Nova Dasher, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. How's it going? Hey, what's going on, Carlos? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Carlos says, "Hi, John. I'm officially overweight in regards to my height. I think some has to do with age, which is a slow my metabolism struggle is real, but we're all trying to get better." Yeah, exactly. And I would yeah, our metabolism does slow down as we get older. And again, not medical advice. It's just my personal experience. Um, I challenge you to look into healthier eating. Maybe look at where you're eating. Yeah, you might be eating healthy, but maybe you're taking too many calories. So maybe not only look at what you're eating, but also your portions, maybe time of eating, or if you're eating late and then going to bed, that's not good for you. That's an easy way to gain weight. So I would challenge, um, you know, for you, or I would encourage you to challenge what you're eating, when you're eating, and how much you're eating, because those are all factors of weight loss. It's not just mainly slow metabolism. Like, yes, metabolism slows down, but at the same time, it's has to do more with what you're eating and when you're eating it and how much you're eating. Yo, what's going on, Flex? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, brother. How you doing? Yep, no overdash in the house. Jerry says, "Yeah, I've been trying to especially." Yeah, exactly. For me, I noticed that when it's hot out, it's really easy for me to just drink cold water like I am now. Because water's refreshing, and you get tired of drinking water. I drink a lot of water, and I always want something different other than water. So when it's hot out, it's really easy to grab a cold water instead of soda. Yes, sir. What's going on, Flex? Yep, Mr. Flex in the house. Jerry says another one of my bad habits of myself. I'm laughing because I do this. I used to do the same thing too. It's such a bad habit, and you don't realize it until you get older. And because when you're young, your body, your metabolism fast. It just kind of like shreds what you're eating. But when you get a little bit older, by the way, I'm not that old. I'm 33. I feel like I'm old because I'm no longer in my 20s. Um, for me, I don't know. For some reason, my cravings come at night. I'm a night owl. It's just always been like that for me, especially when I was in college. My brain doesn't work until, or when it comes to working on, so my brain doesn't work until at night, whenever the house is quiet and I can actually focus. So that's when I kind of by nature I just kind of want to grab snacks and stuff like that. But yeah, eating late, it's definitely something easy to do and something difficult to get rid of. Okay, let's see what's going on in here in chat. Nova Dasher says, "Dude, trust me, it's tough, man. Someone who works overnight, healthy food, exactly. Plus, like, dude, whenever you're like working 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day, the last thing you want to do is grab something healthy. You want to have something that you enjoy, and not say healthy foods aren't enjoyable, but A burger is gonna taste better than a salad or something. Tony says I'm about to start at 40 pounds by 40 chance. Dude, that's awesome. I like that idea. Like, please keep me posted. Let me know how that goes. And if I could do anything to help, let me know. John, you weren't old. I'll be 30 in August. Well, neither of us are old. I was just saying I feel old because I'm no longer in my 20s, and I don't know why I'm always reflecting on my 20s. So now I'm like, damn, I can't believe. I guess like I'm still trying to get used to being in a 30s. So I think that's what I was doing with it. Jerry says I'm 46. Hey man, you're 46 years young. Carlos says I think that's because us nice all get sensory overload with the hectic nature anytime. You know what? That could be it. Again, I'm not a scientist or psychologist or whatever field that be relative to, but from my personal experience, that probably makes sense. Jerry says you're a night owl too, yeah, yeah. It's funny how like we night owls, we all have this, very very common and similar habits. Like which like which ones? Yeah, exactly. Is that when you usually get off work? Nova Dash or 3 a.m. Hey, we got Cody and Autumn in the house. What's going on? Alaska Gigs and Guns. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Nova says I drink a lot of water and get full of. Yeah, I do the same now. If I don't, then I start craving stuff and trying to grab stuff that I shouldn't be eating. That's not healthy for me. But good old water. I don't know if you guys ever looked into it, but there's a lot of ways to flavor your water because it gets really boring sometimes just drinking water over and over again. I'm trying to get. I know I'm trying to really really cut down on caffeine, and I have. Because caffeine. I noticed that, and I didn't have this problem before the pandemic, but after the pandemic and after things ish hit the fan, I started getting more anxious, and I realized that whenever I drink energy drinks, which have they're high in caffeine, they have way more caffeine than coffee and tea. I think a lot of these popular energy drinks have at least 200 grams of or 150 to 200 grams of caffeine milligrams of caffeine. So and yeah, it's a lot of caffeine and just makes you more anxious. So I try to stay away from them now. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the way they taste, but yeah, for my body, they're just not healthy anymore. But yeah, trying to remember where I left off. I think I was talking about the stuff that I was writing in my new book. But yeah, I kind of explained the first couple chapters. Basically just me, some of my experience that I had whenever I was growing up as an overweight kid, and there's a chapter on mental health and how that kind of played to my mental health. And honestly, my weight just made me feel so insecure that I realized I was using my accomplishments to kind of mask those insecurities, and I didn't realize that until I got therapy. So that's been a game changer for me. That's something I wrote about in the book. And then the last few chapters are basically about me, how I lost weight, or the techniques that I used. I had a wake up call, which I don't want to give away. And then what else? I wrote a lot about just enjoying the process and doing something that's sustainable. Because if whatever you're doing is not sustainable, then you're gonna regain the weight. I'm a night owl. When I was in college, that's when I wrote my best term. Me too, exactly. Me too. While jamming to music for the flavored water, try sparkling ice. It's sugar free. Yeah, I have tried those. The only thing that keeps me away is the fact that sucralose. I've read studies where sucralose is not good for your gut. It kills the good bacteria. So I don't know if that's 100% sure now, but I just try to away from artificial sweeteners. If I do have something with artificial sweeteners, usually a Coke Zero to suppress my appetite. But I'm not a huge fan of artificial sweeteners. If I drink soda, that's within my eating period. Um, I try to have regular soda. I can eat whatever, but sometimes I get hungry at 3 a.m. and never know what to get. Food options are one word. Yeah, and I'm glad that you guys have those options because Wawa and Sheets, I think they're kind of like 7-Elevens, but like connected to gas stations for you guys over there. We don't really have anything like that here in the West Coast or in LA at least. Um, I don't think San Diego does either. I live in San Diego for you. I don't think they have anything like that either. Like we have, we still have the gas stations with the convenience stores inside that have like sandwiches and stuff, but I wouldn't trust it. So I don't think they're on the same quality as Wawa and Sheets. We have like we have what's called Chevron Extra Mile. We have Arcos AM PM. We have There's a new like a chain launching here in LA. It's called Rocket. I think that's supposed to be like the Wawa equivalent, but still, I don't think they're as good as Wawa and Sheets. So I'm good you have those options, but I think what you're trying to get at is that you don't have many healthy options at 3 a.m. Um, but yeah, maybe take something from home. Maybe pack a lunch. I don't know. I quit. Jerry says I quit drinking energy when I was first running at my last factory job, and that's all the kids were drinking, and they end up having seizures, and I had to send them off. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I know that energy drinks are really bad for you, especially for your heart, and not many people can tolerate that much caffeine. I don't know if you want to share or if you're comfortable sharing this or not, but how many energy drinks were they having on a daily basis? Because I think that also has an effect. Because like when I had an energy drink, I used to have like one a day. If I had two, it'll be really spread out. One was in the morning, one was at night. Usually one in the morning to keep me up, keep me awake when I was going to class, and then one at night to help me get through studying and writing papers. Last Gigs and Guns says I'm badly addicted to fake coffee and sweet tea. I'm about to go to fix right now. What's I Sweet tea's great by the way, tastes really good. But what's fake coffee? I'm not too familiar. But then again, I'm not a coffee drinker, so um, don't hate me too much. No, that says they're extremely nice at 7-Elevens. Yeah. Unfortunately, 7-Elevens are probably the nicest things we have here. We need something. We need Wawas and Sheets over here. And like I said, like we have maybe the similar concepts because we have the gas stations that have convenience stores, but I'm sure they're nowhere near the quality of Wawa and Sheets because I haven't had Wawa or Sheets myself, but I've heard really good things about them. 7-Eleven looks yeah, 7-Elevens aren't they're not great. They usually have homeless sitting in the front, uh, and their presentation just whatever. I wouldn't trust myself with buying food from there. Carlos says, in fact, I read a book that are army noticing that more and more recruits are coming in overweight. Yeah, I've heard about that too. I think it's just the availability of processed food and marketing. I think people are kind of getting late. Well, I think some are getting lazy, but also some people are having to work 2 or 3 jobs, and they're just too tired to cook sometimes, and that's why I just get something processed. But yeah, the availability of processed foods, I think it's really hurting us as a society right now. No, that's just guys at work drink this bootleg energy drink. I think it's called G Fuel. It's literally $1. Same size as a big monster. Exxon sells them here. Oh yeah, we have Exxon's here. We have Exxon Mobil. Yeah, G Fuel. I thought that was a pre workout or um, yeah, I've heard of them, but I don't know exactly what they. I mean, I know they sell like caffeinated drinks, but I don't know what their exact business model is. But $1 that's cheap, man. I wonder if it tastes any good for $1. Because when I hear about or when I found out about G Fuel, I think it's like they're like powders and the pre workout and stuff like it. So I didn't know they sell bottled energy drinks. That's crazy. Oh, latte, gotcha. Okay, so it has milk in it, so that's why I call it fake coffee. So real coffee's it doesn't have milk. Is that how it works? I hope you enlighten me because I'm not a coffee drinker. I think it's the sugar yeah, sugar. Yep, sugar, and then also I think the caffeine. Um, for me, like I said, I'm a type A go getter personality, so I like caffeine. I'm no stranger to it. Jerry says they would have anywhere from 2 to 6 of them in a 12. Okay, they would have anywhere from 2 to 6. Wow, in a 12-hour shift, they were drinking water, so they were most likely dehydrated, and what they were doing was throwing off their electrolyte imbalances. Exactly. Yep. Yep. They're not. They're losing a lot of really valuable nutrients, and they weren't replacing them because they weren't drinking water or Gatorade or something like that. That's crazy, man. Whew, I can't imagine doing that. If I had 12 hours, I'd be so jittery. Man, I can't imagine what that was like. Well, I hope they're doing better now. I don't know if you keep in touch with any of them, but I hope they're doing better now and they're not having any medical issues. Comes down to price also. Salad can be 11. No, that's true. Yeah, very true. And by the way, I wish a burger with fries was $4. McDonald's combo here is like if you want a double quarter pounder combo, it's like 13 to 16 bucks. You can get way better quality from a local mom and pop's place for the same price or cheaper. So yeah, fast food's gotten really expensive. Oh yeah, one of the things that I want to talk about also is intermittent fasting. I don't know if you guys are familiar with intermittent fasting, but there's different variations of it. You can look it up. But the one I do is I do the 16-8 window, so I eat within 8-hour window. So like let's say if I start eating at 9, I stop eating at 5, or sometimes if I know I'm gonna go out, I'll have a later breakfast, or maybe I'll skip breakfast, which isn't that great. But yeah, usually I'll have later breakfast, like around 11 or 12 if I know I'm gonna eat at 8 or 8:30. So um, but yeah, just eating within the 8-hour window, and fasting for 16 hours has really helped me, keep my weight in check, and also I feel so much better. I know it's not supposed to be, intermittent fasting isn't really supposed to be marketed as like a weight loss tool, but whenever your body's hungry, and you're not giving the food, it starts eating some of your body fat as energy or as fuel. So it's definitely it could be definitely a very effective way of getting healthier. And also, there's so many benefits of intermittent fasting. And again, I'm not a medical health professional. I have to keep prefacing this because I'm walking a fine line here of borderline. Well, again, I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm just sharing my personal experience and my personal knowledge. So definitely talk to your doctor. But what I've been reading is that there's so many benefits with intermittent fasting. Basically, your body just gets a chance to repair itself, because whenever you're not eating, your body has time to when it finishes digesting the food that you eat, it starts working on the body, starts repairing stuff and building stuff. So yeah, intermittent fasting has a lot of benefits for sure. Kevin says I miss Sheets. Used to go there all the time when I worked at Western PA. So, what kind of food does what do Wawa and Sheetz sell? I mean, like, is it gourmet stuff, or is it just like really affordable but healthy foods? Alaska Gigs and Guns says, I try to eat less and cut out sugar. I haven't tried that fasting, but I get really bad shakes and it's overwhelming urge to eat. Yeah, intermittent fasting is tough because sometimes it's really hard depriving your body of food, especially when it wants it or needs it. So everyone just needs to do whatever works for them. Intermittent fasting helps. It's probably the only effective way that I've been able to, well, I don't want to say only, but one of the sustainable ways for me to get in shape and get healthier. I've tried a lot of other stuff. It's really difficult, for me to skip on meals that are things that I don't want to eat. I want to eat, when it comes to the cravings, I want to satisfy them, but in return, whenever I do intermittent fasting, it helps me kind of keep balance it out. Yeah, like sometimes I'll have an unhealthy meal, but it'll balance it out when I'm fasting and don't eat anything. So you just gotta do whatever works for you. By the way, appreciate everyone who stopped by, leaving comments. Because at the beginning, while I was explaining my story, I was kind of getting worried there. People, I wasn't sure if YouTube had sent out notifications or not. So appreciate you guys stopping by and everyone who's commenting, and it seems like you guys are enjoying the stream. So I'm really happy for that because I didn't want it to just to be about me. I don't want to, just be me by my way less because I know a lot of us, we're kind of in the same boat, trying to just, become better versions of ourselves in terms of, our physical health, our mental health, financial health, all that good stuff. Kevin says can get healthy. The food there, sandwiches, burgers, salads, and everything. You know what? Do they have a Wawa or a Sheets in St. Louis? Because whenever I come to Pedro's Gig Conference, I definitely want to try it out. Maybe I'll have to Google to see if they have one there. I've never heard Pedro. Actually, I don't know if he's talking about Wall Warriors or Sheets there. Let me see. Let me do a quick Google search to see if they have any in St. Louis. Wawa, St. Louis. Doesn't look like they do. Yeah, they don't. Damn, that sucks. Hmm. Yeah, I see Quick Trip a lot in St. Louis, so that sucks. I wonder if they have them in Denver. I don't think they do. I think they're strictly East Coast chain. Let's try the other one, Sheets. Let's see if they have Sheets in St. Louis. Yeah, they don't. It's just Quick Trip. That sucks. I wonder if they have it in Denver. If Steve really was in chat, I would ask him. Steve from Right Show Radio. Probably stopping by in Denver. Yeah, they don't have it. They don't have Denver, or they don't have a Sheets or Wawa in Denver. Jerry says we have quick trips in my area. That's, yeah. I don't know what market you're in, Jerry, but I checked St. Louis and they don't have any Wawa sheets there. East Coast, yeah, that's what it seems like. Yo, we got Grill Sergeant in the house. What's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hope your day is going well. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out Grill Sergeant, he's not only a good friend of mine, but also he makes really delicious looking content or barbecue content on YouTube. Every time I watch one of his videos, I want to go to like a local barbecue restaurant, grab some barbecue. That's how good his videos are. But definitely check out his channel. Really good channel, really good content, and just a really funny and good dude overall. So check out Grill Sergeant's channel. Tony says, I do stevia for a sweetener. It's not artificial, but it has a distinct aftertaste that can be hard to balance. You know what? I've tried stevia in tea, like in hot tea, or I think I also tried what's called, I think it's called Zevia. It's soda that Whole Food sells. It's a soda sweetened with stevia instead of aspartame or sucralose. So, whenever I tried, I remember having an aftertaste, but maybe it's because I didn't look out for it. Maybe it depends on what you put it in. But I'll definitely try to look out for the aftertaste and see what you're referring to. Tony said I'm a little behind on stream. How can I? Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you can always catch the replay, but I don't think you missed out on anything because we're kind of doing the first. You might want to go back and watch the first half later because I kind of share my story, before everyone started popping up in the chat. But other than that, it's just been a Q&A style the second half. Kyle says, if I may ask, did you ever feel like there was an advantage to being bigger than many people around you grew up in age? China being a little big was considered. I've read about that. When especially before processed foods and all this stuff became available, that if you're overweight, and this was a long time ago, back in the day, if you're overweight, it was a sign of prosperity. It was a sign that you had money because it meant that you had enough money to buy food, and food was scarce back then. So, but in terms of me, to have feeling I had an advantage, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I ever felt like I had an advantage. Maybe people looked at me, saw that I was bigger than them. Maybe, came from outsider's perspective, but me personally, no, I didn't have that perspective. But good question. Jerry says I was planning on going to the conference, but some things happened. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you can make it, then hopefully, I'd be looking forward to meeting you there. If not, then no worries. Gross Sergeant, hi, cheers, bro. I'll be back in early September for. Let's get some barbecue then. Yeah, let me know. I was hoping that we'd get some barbecue before we move to Texas. But yeah, just let me know. Hit me up and we'll grab some barbecue for sure. Sounds like a plan. Tony says I'll be doing intermittent fast with keto and exercise for my challenge, but I won't be jumping off the lifestyle once I get back. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good to do something that's sustainable. Because last thing you want is to put in all the effort and time just to regain the weight. Jerry says I'm in the up of Michigan and quick trips go all the way down through Wisconsin. Quick Trip, would that be like similar to Wawa or Sheets, or like is it, do they have good quality there, or just like whatever? Because the gas station stuff here is just not good. We don't have a lot of 7-Elevens connected to gas stations, but we have like the Chevron Extra Mile, we have the Arco AMPM. I've seen a couple Circle K's, but I'm not impressed. I think they're just as crappy as the other ones. I know Circle K is huge in Arizona. I've been there. There's a bunch of Circle K's everywhere there, but here, yeah, it's just not impressive. It's just I don't recommend getting any food from those gas station places here in LA, or even 7-Eleven for that matter. Tony says I don't think I've ever. Yeah, yeah. I think they're East Coast things. Maybe East Coast people living on East Coast just love gas station food. I don't know, and that's why they're way better quality than they are here. In LA, we also have a lot of fantastic restaurants. I mean, I'm sure they have those on the East Coast as well, but I think just a number of really good restaurants here maybe that discourages gas stations from having good food. I don't know, but I'm sure there's some type of logic or philosophy behind it. Nova says if you ever need to cleanse your system, get one of those to get one of those to give them some. I've not never taking machine too. Those are so nasty. I mean, I know people eat them, but I don't know how they do it. I don't know if I ever told you this. It's a joke, but I kind of say something similar. I always tell people to, if they want a free colon cleanse, just go to Taco Bell, grab some of their tacos or burritos, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, that was funny. Thanks for laughing, Nova. Yeah, it's true. It gets your system working for sure. Who needs a juice cleanse when you could do a colon cleanse, or any type of cleanse when you go to 7-Eleven or Taco Bell. But yeah, I've actually been starting to get back to playing basketball, and that's been helping me get back in shape as well. And for me, it's not just physical. For me, it's mental as well. Like I feel so calm, especially afterwards when I play basketball. And there's no one else on the court. I just shoot around, get my cardio in for half an hour to an hour, and it's amazing. I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. As we get into the last few minutes of the stream, because I'm gonna end it at an hour, because I feel like people don't watch it if it's more than an hour. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or any final thoughts, let me know in the live chat, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you to the best of my ability, at least. Cherish their pretty large convenience stores. They have a whole selection of good and bad stuff. Yeah, it's interesting you brought that up because now that I remember, I was watching a couple of videos. I've heard about Casey's. Seems like they have some massive stores, and another one I believe they're from Texas, but Bucky's. I would love to visit those stores if I ever get a chance. I know some locations are better than others, but yeah. Nova Dash says, "Gotta run to my birthday and the foreign family requested my presents." Dude, happy birthday! Go enjoy your time with your family, your beautiful daughter. Yeah, just go enjoy your day with them, and I hope you have an awesome birthday and happy birthday, by the way. Tony says it's a good way to get a colon cleanse, like more of a pain. Well, I didn't say it was gonna be painless, so yeah, yeah, definitely. Everyone in chat, if you can wish Nova Dash your happy birthday, that'll be awesome. I think he's a little older than I am. No, I'm just kidding. Nova, I think he said he's turning 27 or 29, so he's a few years younger than me. But the guy's out there hustling, so yeah, you definitely, yeah. No worries. Anytime. Thanks for stopping by on your birthday. That means a lot to me, actually. Go spend the time with your family and your friends. Have a blessed and happy birthday. 29. So yeah, I'm 33. So yeah, we're not too that much apart. That's awesome. And I like how you said 29 years young, not 29 years old. That means you have a positive perspective. I like it. And Nova, if you're still in here, I really hope you're not doing DoorDash today. Take the day off. You're always working. Toxic hell. Yeah, exactly. Hey Tony, I appreciate that. Thanks for reminding me and everyone else. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream or if you're getting some good information out of it, definitely hit the thumbs up to let YouTube know that you enjoyed the stream, so that they can push the stream and other people could see it as well. Because I'm definitely trying to grow the channel and trying to make really good content for you guys. That's because I think we will all get burnt out from watching ride-alongs and gig work videos, and I'm trying to make my channel a place that we can all just hang out and talk about important stuff like your physical health, your mental health, spiritual health, relational health, and your financial health, which I refer to as the five foundations of contentment in my book. By the way, if you're interested in checking out this book, check it on Amazon. You can just search my name, John Michaelian, or the five foundations of contentment. It'll come up. And just super excited for you guys to check out my up and coming book. I don't know what it's gonna be done because I thought it was just gonna be a quick write up because I had all this information laid out, but as I was writing it, I was like, what, I kind of want to expand on this. I kind of want to expand on that. Share more. Just add more of a personal touch. Share more of my experiences. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Whenever as I get closer to publishing it, it'll be self-published. But as I get closer to publishing the book, I'll definitely keep you guys posted. So that way, you guys can check it out. But I'm definitely looking forward to everyone reading it and hopefully getting something out of it. And again, if you have any questions before I end the stream, let me know in the live chat. If you're watching replay, let me know in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer them. By the way, if you're if you one of those people who watched the video all the way through on the replay crew, you're definitely awesome. Appreciate that as well. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm gonna wrap it up, and then appreciate you guys. Thanks to everyone who joined me in the live chat. You guys had some really good comments and really good questions. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next one. Peace.